Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Happy Tuesday. How's everyone doing today? Sound off in the chat, smash the like button. Got some exciting news. Jobs numbers have been revised to basically force the Fed's hand, which means rate cuts, probably more than what we're expecting, which also means, more than likely, the number go up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Smash the like button on your way in. Happy Tuesday. What's going on, John? What's going on, Tom Selleck? Appreciate you guys. All right. Let's see. Whoopsie. Hey. Happy Tuesday, guys. Oh! Okay. Really whacked my knee. Damn, that hurts. Woo. Okay. I mean, ow. Tom Selleck, excuse me, said only revised by $1 million. I said Powell going to have to cut a full point. We still lucky if we get a half a point. Then inflation goes back up to stagflation ensues. Pretty sure we've been in stagflation for a good year. That revision, by the way, was the remainder, the last like 3 quarters of the Biden administration. So basically, the last year of the Biden administration, they added 0 jobs, which is crazy. So hopefully that can change. I don't know. It's quite a coincidence that these numbers keep getting revised down over and over again. I don't know how often that can happen. Tyler's submitting an early entry for the daily close contest, which he is allowed to do because he is a channel member. Thank you, Mr. Tyler. John316 said 135 Bitcoin top, no Supercycle. That's a big lie. We shall see, my friend. We shall see. I'm still of the belief, maybe not Supercycle, but I do think that we're going to get a proper blow off top and not just no measly, like, ooh, Bitcoin went up another 20-30%. I think it's going to go bananas. But we'll see. I've been wrong in the past. More than willing to acknowledge when I'm wrong in the future. As of right now, Bitcoin is lingering at 111,440, just below 112, which is the old all-time high that we have marked here. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. We do also have a confirmed red dot on Market Cipher. Right above the old all-time high. So excuse me, I got a little excited during the intro music. All right, we got 110,585. And then it's a little bit, I don't know, shallow, vague. There's not a lot of liquidity here. 108,670. I'm gonna just do that whole cloud, and then I'll do the same for up above. 112,001. Oh, whoa, that is right above our old all-time high, and then that goes all the way up to 114,583. Okay. A little bit bigger. Maybe I should just make it the same size. I'll go right here. 114 even. Oops. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, so let's see where Bitcoin takes us. As of right now, dominance is sitting at 58.15. Hopefully this just breaks down and then we get some alt action, because even now, you know, there's a handful of alts getting a little spicy, but there's really, I'm hoping that it's right around the corner. Again, I'm I guess mentally prepared for 2026. Haven't waited till 2026, but for now, I'd love for something to at least happen. ETH still just sideways. I don't know if I've ever seen ETH this sideways before. It's alarmingly sideways. We were dancing around the new all-time highs, and then it just kind of was like, nah, and it just literally a flat line since August 29th. So it's been over a week. We've had a solid week of ETH being like $4,300. And the RSI is corresponding the exact same way as well. It's very interesting. Very interesting. So I suppose here, if we're not going to break below 4240, I would love to see something to the upside. The volume doesn't look the best, especially with it being Binance. But this also could, you know, pop because of the lack of volatility. The Bollinger Bands could squeeze. It definitely looks like he had a double top, and now it's just like lingering. And it might do that for a minute before continuing to the upside. Like, that might be what's playing out, which kind of stinks, because that means that we probably have at least 3, 4, 5, another 9 or 10 days till mid-September for this thing to actually wake up. But for now, we'll wait. We'll wait and see. It's crazy that we're already 9 days into September. It does not feel like it's been September for that long. That probably doesn't help that I've been doing the exact same thing every single day at work. Today I was in the office all day, which kind of blows my mind. I haven't been in the office in forever, but man, was it boring. Holy cow. Sol is up 1.52% on the day. Sol is actually responding very, very good compared to ETH especially. We have broken above our upper trend line, and we have retested it several times. We got 1, 2 retests so far, both confirmed bullish. The first one even just was a wick. It was so bullish, people bought it so fast that it didn't even have a chance to close a candle body down there. So if this thing takes off and breaks through 225, then it might be game on. Tom Selleck said pops after Fed cut. You think so? Coach 2 Canap said, hey, are you drinking chai latte? Yes, I absolutely am. It's a little hot right now, but I am drinking chai latte. Cheers. Homemade chai latte. Shall I sip? It's a little hot. I'm going to try it, though. Delicious. Does it look weird? I feel like it looks really weird on the camera when I sip it, because I'm like... It's just kind of a goofy thing to do on camera. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, Sol looks really good. It's been responding really well to all of this price action. So I would love to see this continue to the upside. There's really no resistance besides that 225. After that, we have a target for Marty Party, but it's game on, you know. Like, there's some very faint resistance lines, but nothing crazy. Coach said cut of 50 is possible with the data this week. That's what I've been saying, man. I really think so. What would be crazy is if we got 100. That would be insane. Could you imagine? That might result in some spicy volatility. That one might not have the side effects that we're hoping for. The Fed goes into full panic mode just right out the gate. Total 3 is up 0.18. He said if we get a 50 cut, we'll have a short moment pump. Why does that have to be a short moment? I refuse to acknowledge anything that isn't a long moment. Total 3 is up 0.22. We are still in this, what do you call it, an ascending wedge, I suppose. We'll see. Whoops. Whoopsie. We got not a lot of confluence on top or bottom, so what is going on here? We are sitting right above 1.07 trillion still, which makes me happy. We're sitting at 1.08 right now. We've tested 1.07 twice. We got 1, 2, both held. Hopefully, this is not the bearish middle finger pattern. That'll make me sad. But we'll see, you know. You can never really tell for sure. RSI got a bearish cross over the moving average, and your momentum wave is pointed to the downside on Market Cipher. Coach said, are you betting 50 or 25? I'm going to bet 50 just because I'm a gambling degenerate. Tom Selks Coach said, if he cuts a full point, everything goes into a bear. I mean, that'd be a good send-off, a final FU to Trump if he really doesn't like him, which it seems like he really doesn't like him, honestly. Good afternoon, Coach said. Vahid said, when 10K BTC, wow, John gone bearish. Which one? Oh. How do you know he wasn't talking about ETH? Coach said, I wait for next bear market to buy Solana at $10. Yeah, I'm kind of mad that I didn't buy it when it went to like full-on bear market, like FTX manipulation bear market. Bottom, was it like $8? It was some ridiculously low number. I'm genuinely, that's the one that it was like a genuine fumble. I should have bought some, regardless of how I felt about it. I even bought some stupid Luna after Luna went to like 1/1 billionth of a penny. Why wouldn't I buy Solana at $8? Hello? So, hopefully, maybe I can program an AI to be the voice of reason, be like, hey, you should do this. Don't be an idiot. What's $10 to you? You know, throw 10, 20, $30 at it. ADA is up 0.00% on the day. It had a good beginning of the day. It was pretty spicy, and now has since come down and erased all of that. We got Bart's all around on every single chart. It is the bearish middle finger pattern. Currently trading at 86.50, seemingly rejected around 89, and finding support, I suppose, around like 85, 86. Your RSI got a bearish cross over the moving average on the RSI. I said RSI again. And your momentum wave is pointing to the downside. The SNEK is at 0.14% on the day. Same situation. Got a little spiced up. 43. And breakdown. 40 as support. Very nice. Hey, Flexa said, remember, you're not buying crypto, you're selling fiat. Exactly. What's going on, Flexa? John said, I'm not bearish, just mocking everyone calling for bear market. Dude, those people are funny, though. Coach said, will we have another FTX? By who? Ooh, Gemini. Definitely Gemini. But it won't be FTX. Everyone's going to be like, oh my gosh, Gemini's collapsing. And they're all going to look and they're like, oh no, there's only 45 users. We're good. Tom Selleck's Goat said the RSI has an RSI on the RSI. Yeah, the relative strength of the relative strength index is relative to how strong the relative strength index relative strength is. Understand? Am I making sense? Like said Gemini. Dude, have you seen, they haven't been profitable for years apparently. Some ridiculous amount of time. I'm like, damn. And they tried talking crap too to somebody on X, and they replied with like the greatest shade in the world. They were like, maybe you should focus more on being profitable, and then you can post funny things on the internet or something stupid. It was so funny, dude. It was so funny. It wasn't funny enough for me to remember because, you know, Gemini is kind of trash, but Coach said, how do you secure your crypto? Tangem? In my butt. It is thoroughly lodged up there. I did enjoy the not the tether, the what's his name, Ledger, the Ledger FUD. Like, listen, your funds aren't safe unless you're using a tether or a ledger. That was pretty good. That was good stuff. XRP is down 0.92%. Upper trend line test. We got a little fake out above, which also got above $3, which is nice. Could not maintain it though. We got bearish middle finger pattern as we speak. Currently pointing to the downside. If we do break down, I would love to see this lower trend line hold. Right now, probably around 287, 288. It did get a bearish cross over the moving average and the RSI. And we do have a momentum wave pointing to the downside. Coach said, do you invest in Pokemon? Not necessarily. I have Pokemon cards from when I was a kid that are worth a couple grand. But I don't buy any. I should. I thought about it, but all the stupid vending machines and dealers, whatever you want to call them, are sold out right now. So If I happen upon them, I'll probably buy some, but I'm not going to go out of my way to try to find them. Tom Soxcoat said, lost my butt in a boating accident? Dang. Alexa said, wonder what it's like only having one butt cheek. Would the hole be in the center or like at the bottom? Where would it be? Okay. HBAR is up 0.65% on the day. A little rejection at 23.5. Currently sitting at 22.78. The fact that it's holding above 22 makes me happy. This thing didn't pump up that hard. We got a rejection at 22, broke above. Midpoint rejection right around 22.7, which is where it's at right now. Came up to 23.5, rejected there, and bounced off of our midpoint. We're kind of lingering right now. So, as long as it holds, I'm happy. Volume looks okay. RSI got a bearish cross over the moving average. And your momentum wave is pointing to the downside. We got some retracing to do on most of these altcoins. Jay Shear said, sup, familiar? What's going on, Jay Shear? SWE is down 0.79% on the day. Rejected. We got a little fake out above 30 or 353. Midpoint rejection at 360. And it's currently sitting at support at 342. Actually, the price is 347 right now. But it found support at 342. Coach said, do you advise us to front run the bad data before the huge pump? I advise nobody to do anything. I've been front running this entire past 3 years. I front ran it 4 years ago, and I've been front running it ever since. And so far, I've made a little bit of money, not as much as I would have hoped. But Alexa said, speaking of Pokemon, the pawn shops are here, buy and sell them now. If you want to pawn your Charizard, lol. That's hilarious. That's really funny. Oh, jeez. I forgot I left CC Cleaner open. Hold on, guys. It's going to suck the life out of my computer. Okay, I think I fixed it. Okay. SWE is down 0.84%. Like I said, we got a little fake out rejection around 360, and we're currently sitting at 347, looking good. As long as we hold above 342, I'm happy. If we break below that, then who knows? This is actually corresponding perfectly with the pattern as well. We could, I expect it to linger around 342 and 347 for a couple more days, maybe until 17, 18, which is actually perfectly where I drew that ETH breakout happening as well. So I'm going to mark that. I'm going to mark that on these charts on the 17th, 18th. I'm going to go 17th. This is where I think we're going to break out. JJ's breakout guess. And that'll be ETH specifically, meaning the rest of the altcoin market as well. So we'll see. Ondo's up 1.81%. Ondo's actually breaking out of this wedge, this symmetrical triangle, after finding a nice little fake out support around 87.5. Got back into our range, rejected the upper trend line, rejected the lower trend line, and we're sitting right below 95.35 again. We got a little fake out above it. 95.35, I've said it 1,000 times, probably sick of me saying it, is that really important level for me on Ondo specifically. Getting above that, holding above it is going to be a big deal, and then we can make way for $1. For now, the RSI actually looks really good. We're potentially finding support on that moving average, and your momentum wave, it was oversold. It's not necessarily, or it is still technically oversold right now, but it's pointing to the downside. We've seen this thing linger in oversold territories, or I'm sorry, overbought. This whole time I should have been saying overbought. We've seen this linger in overbought territories for extended periods of time, so that's not necessarily a game changer, but it's something to pay attention to. Flexa said, did you see Binance listed USDE, Athena stable dollar? I did not. I would love for maybe, I don't know, Cardano to get a damn stable coin that isn't made out of fucking straw and dirt. Excuse my language. Aerodrome is down 1.72% on the day, currently sitting at 114.6. My original retrace target, my frugal target was 115. My bearish target was 110. We hit both. And now we're kind of using both of those levels after rejecting again at 120. Getting above 120 is going to be a big deal. We hopefully are maybe just establishing some volume to get above 120 and then eventually 123. But for now, we're lingering. We're kind of in an uptrend, which kind of sucks because these usually break down. Hopefully that's not what's going to happen, but we'll see. Arrow was one of the few that ran pretty dang hard, so I would not be surprised if it retraced a little bit more. That would just kind of really stink for the users. Your RSI is getting a little overheated. Not necessarily, but to see the price at the same area and the RSI increasing makes me think it's probably going to go down. Number 3 in stables. Yeah, dude, they might take over Circle, which is, again, why the Circle stock, I think, might be a little, I'm going to say volatile. I think it's a good investment, but it could very easily be replaced. Being a stablecoin is not hard. You know what I mean? It's like being a bank. Being a bank isn't hard either. Doing all the other stupid crap that banks do is hard, but being a stablecoin is not hard. Coach said, are you buying gaming coin? I'm not actually for gaming. My exposure is mostly to Avalanche because of Guns Network, because of Off the Grid. Fantastic game if you have not played it. Flexa said, I feel good about my actual ENA bags now. Nice. So yeah, that's what I think about Arrow. Pinlink is down 4.64%, sitting below 60 again. It's at 55.13. Anything below 60, like I've said 1,000 times, is a buy. We might be looking at a extended downside for Pinlink if it continues down. I would love to see 50 as support. Otherwise, 39 is going to be that bottom line, which is exactly what's played out back here. I also would not be surprised if they do a little bit of a fake out a little bit lower. This is like longer term stuff if it gets really bad. Coach said every crypto chart is looking to explode. Hopefully, man. Hopefully. But yeah, Pinlink under 60, kind of a no-brainer to me specifically. It might not play out, but that's the risk I'm willing to take. RSI and momentum weight both look really good. Can you check Bitcoin dominance? Yeah, it's at 58.17. Breaking below 58 is going to be a big deal for alts, but I would want it to sustain that move versus a quick, wick below like it has in the past. So if that happens, we would really have to break down. Otherwise, this would be a third hit to the downside, and this thing's probably going to send it to new local highs, which would completely screw alts for another 4 to 6 months. And I'm not a patient person, so I don't know if I'm really willing to do that. But we'll see. It is showing weakness around this lower level, like it wants to curl up. Hopefully that's short-lived. Render's up 2.51% on the day. Render did really, really good. Rejected its $4, or I guess technically it's $3.95 level. Rejected the $3.95 level to get back into its range. It's really weird how relevant these lines are. Even this has been up here for months, man. For months. So we broke up out of our wedge, which is a sloppy wedge, but it's there. And we are currently retesting it right now, holding support at 374. So if that does hold and we continue to the upside, again, we were incredibly overbought just a minute ago, so be careful. And we did get a bearish cross over the moving average, but the pattern is pointing towards upside, and my minimal upside, not financial advice, is around 450. John said crypto charts, more like crypto charts. Coach said, which reason for alt season now? Which reason for Bitcoin to rise dominance? Yeah, I think Flex is right. That's the easiest way to term it is rotation. So the typical alt season, or the typical bull market, plays out this way. We've seen Bitcoin already. We're sitting above 100K, and nobody cares. People are bearish. Bitcoin is sitting well above $100,000, and there's people that are bearish about the cryptocurrency market. Eventually, money flows into Ethereum, which is happening right now. Ethereum starts to outperform Bitcoin, and we hear talks of the flippening. And then large caps start to perform. Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin, and large caps are going parabolic. That's phase 3. And then eventually, phase 4, alt season, is when everything pumps no matter what. We are starting, in my opinion, to see the phase overlap between phase 2 and 3. Random altcoins pumping. That's why Render's up 2% today. That's why ETH is at 0. Sol's up 2%. DOT's up 2%. Bartcoin's up 2%. Avalanche is up 2.6. Near's up 2.3. We are starting slowly to see that sprinkling in of this phase 3, phase 4 or I'm sorry, phase 2, phase 3 overlap. Do you believe in another all-time high Bitcoin? Yeah. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay. Stellar. Stellar rejected its range, which I feel like happened yesterday too. Not a lot of candles have transpired since this. But we made another run, made another attempt, another rejection. We're currently sitting at 37.17 right now. I suppose the support should be probably like here-ish. Yeah. Previous support turned resistance, turned hopefully support. So we'll see if that plays out. 37.17 right now could be the next rebound. I don't know. We're definitely in like volatility shakeout territory with all of these charts. Oh, Flexa said rotation. I lost the thingy for my locking wheel nuts and had to snap them off to change my rims. Now I need 4 new nuts. I hate those locks, dude. I had to change my boss's brakes the other day, like his pads, and I don't know where he took it, but whoever replaced his tires previously, they were pissed, and they like torqued the shit out of every single. We couldn't even get the nuts off. He had to take him to the shop and bitch him out. It was ridiculous, dude. Wintermute is still messing with leverage markets for Binance by proxy. Yeah, I see that. I see that every day, man. So Stellar, look for a 36.51 if we do get a continued retrace. You did get a bearish cross over the moving average and the RSI, and your momentum wave is pointing to the downside. DOT is up 2.03% on the day. Finally breaking out of the upper trend line, looking good. Hopefully, this is where this finally takes place. We shall see. I've been like dragging this along since like back here, I think. Maybe even further. Probably went even back here. I probably redrew it. But we'll see what happens. I'm really liking the breakout. Hopefully we get above 421. The fact that we're sitting above $4 comfortably makes me excited. We do have a confirmed red dot on Market Cipher, so exercise caution. Your RSI is also lingering near overbought territory. We did get a bearish cross over the moving average, but it is pointing up right now. So we might get a bullish cross after that. Farcoin is up 1.09% on the day. Beautifully timed with my 8th time adjusted Farcoin fractal. I've only adjusted this fractal 8 times. That's not a lot. If this plays out, then that'll be sick. This thing's going up to 2-something, 260, 270, which would be hilarious. It's currently sitting at 82.87. So not financial advice, obviously. It's literally a coin called Farcoin. If you buy this based on anything I told you about it, then you're a dumbass. It's a fart coin. I'm just saying. Don't blame me if you get rugged. I do still want to buy a house, though, with Farcoin. I think that would be great. CAS is down 0.26% on the day. It is weirdly mimicking exactly what I drew. We are seemingly rejecting 82.76 twice now. Going up for a potential third. If we get a break, great. We do not have, like, the RSI looks amazing for CAS, actually. This thing looks like it has actual potential and room to run. Our momentum wave is also chilling right around the middle, and the RSI looks almost consolidated. Like, this almost looks like it might be setting up a flag, which would be crazy. But it also perfectly correlates with previous price action that resulted in some pretty hefty downside. So we're going to keep that up there and keep that into consideration. A lot of green on the volume candles. So we'll see if that continues. Avalanche is up 2.49% on the day, looking good. It is currently trading at 25.92. We initially rejected the upper trend line. So we rejected back here, found support at the lower trend line. Rejected right here, found support at our midpoint, which happened to be perfectly $25, and used that to springboard. We're currently sitting above where we retested once already with a nice indecisive candle wick. And we're sitting at 25.92. If we can continue to the upside, that would be awesome. We might even need a better retest because this one's a little bit dicey with this candle of this, or that wick of that candle specifically. So I could see it reject, support, break, support, continuation. I could see that playing out that way. We also got to keep in mind we technically have bearish div on our RSI right now. because you got price up, RSI down. That technically, though, would point to a small time pullback and then another continuation where your price continues going up while your RSI continues going down, which is the best case scenario for the longer term time frames. As of right now, we're just kind of watching and waiting. I think Avalanche looks awesome right here. We'll see what happens. Your momentum wave is a little bit overbought as well, so keep an eye on that. Probably going to retrace, unfortunately. Unless something crazy happens and everything starts popping off. But for now, looking for a retrace. That Pulse player said, listen up, fudgers. Your boy is winning today. Don't ever bother to try, because I got this. What? What? More than one person can win. Cheers, guys. Happy Tuesday. I hate Tuesdays. Today wasn't that bad, though. Oh, talking to you, Tyler. Tyler's already submitted an early guess, that Pulse player. You can go see it if you need to. Scroll up. He's not here. He's at work. He's probably going to show up at the close, though. In that case, I rescind my previous statement. Only one can win. So, there could be only one. Chainlink is up 0.22% on the day, currently trading at 23.09, looking good. We are struggling around our purple trend line, which is 23.20. We had support, break, resistance, break, support, break, resistance, break, resistance. If it rejects right here, we'll see what happens. If it does reject, probably, I guess I would expect it to bounce around 22.5. Otherwise, 21.67 is definitely in the cards. For some reason, Chainlink is getting a little struggle bussy. This could be very similar to what ETH is doing, though, and give it another couple of days of lingering, and then a continuation after that. I would kind of be okay with that. Eventually, our goal to remain bullish is obviously a break of this 23.25, 23.20, and then an eventual, more longer-term break of 24.42. Otherwise, 21.67 is our support level. We are dancing around the moving average on our RSI. We're currently sitting below it, though, and the momentum wave is pointing to the downside. So potential downside from there. Everything's kind of corresponding with the seasonal charts as well. What's interesting is previous bull market for Chainlink is 2020. As far as like decent upside goes, 2021 was kind of a shit show for Chainlink, which is weird. Because that's when the real bull market happened. So it's kind of interesting. It's interesting to have this information. We didn't have this last bull market, at least readily available. The seasonal chart. Doge is down 0.24% on the day, currently trading at 24.108, sitting right below 24.130, where it has continued to struggle after breaking out of this lovely wedge triangle, maybe symmetrical triangle. Beautiful breakout, like broke out with a vengeance, man. Broke through 22 without any issue. We're sitting at 24 right now. If we break above that, awesome. If we can't, then maybe look for a retrace down to probably 23, and then that can be our springboard, and that might happen fast if that even happens at all. We'll have to wait and see. Your RSI is incredibly overbought, and you did get a bearish cross over the moving average just now. Technically right now it's not overbought, but it was. Is that a wedge? Maybe, I don't know. You know, when the bull market happens, overbought's not even going to be a meaningful phrase. So if we're getting to that point, then we'll start to notice. Your momentum wave is also pointing to the downside. NEAR is up 2.29%. Finally getting some price action out of NEAR. We rode the lower trend line for forever. Used that to finally explode to the upside. See this complacency right here where it kind of lingers to the downside and tightens up? That's exactly what's happening on ETH right now. So I'm suspecting a pop any day now on ETH specifically. Plexus said my phone is getting 1,265 megabits per second on 5G. Nice. So yeah, keep that in mind for ETH. But near specifically, we got a little fake out breakout of 269.7, and we're currently retesting the upper trend line of this breakout. So we'll see where we end up going. I would love to see this thing continue above 269.7 and break $3. It was incredibly overbought a minute ago, and your momentum wave also incredibly overbought. Pengu is down 0.72% on the day, dancing around 33, and we got a rejection at 35. I would love to get above 33. If we do have to retrace this, though, look for maybe a midpoint reaction around 32.5. Otherwise, a full retrace down to 31. But this flat line linger, also very similar to what ETH is doing right now. Silver, 40.89, looking good. DXY, little dumpy, little recovery. MicroStrategy, down 0.42, still lingering. 328, did lose 330. That's a little bearish. And NASDAQ, chilling near local highs, and S&P chilling near all-time highs. Looking good. Less than 1 minute remaining until the daily close contest commences, so make sure you guys get your guesses ready. Flexa said, who needs fiber anymore? Bought more SNEK, send it. Okay, Flexa, I got one for you. Go to my channel, and my latest video upload, I spoke with the creator of Strike Finance, the first and currently the only decentralized perpetual trading protocol on Cardano. That interview, it was a good interview, first of all. You could also listen to it. It's not a necessity to watch it, but he gives a lot of insight on developing on Cardano. He talks about SNEK for a little bit, and their numbers, dude. They're in the top 40 on a regular basis, on a daily basis. They've been placed in the top 40 for revenue, 24-hour revenue, out of all DeFi protocols in cryptocurrency, and their market cap is like barely like 40 million. So I'm just saying. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. Bitcoin 111,533 and 65 cents, looking good. Jay Shear 2.0. Yeah, Waterfly, did you watch the interview? It's actually a good interview. All right, let's get Mr. Tyler submitted early, which he can do as a channel member. He submitted 111,669.00. Jay Shear 2.0 coming in with 111,469. 469. I can't type today. Tom Selleck Scoped coming in with 111,520. Jay Shear said, "Yo, Waterfly, get your guess in, bro." Bitcoin 111,556 and 10 cents. Waterfly said, "I'd rather watch porn." That's why you don't have to watch it. You can listen to it while watching porn. That Pulse player coming in with 111,420, which I do believe. Did we get 111,420? We did not. Whoa. Oh, Fahid coming in with 111,420.69. What? That's crazy. Dang. Stabbed and twisted the knife. Or Fahid said, "No, Waterfly, you have to beat me." That Pulse player adding 0.70. It's going to be a battle of the minds. 111,420.70. Jay Shear said, "No." Waterfly said, "No more guessing for me, Jay. I quit." Bitcoin 111,541 and 64 cents. Cheers, guys. Happy Tuesday. Beautiful day today. A little bit chilly, but I prefer it cold. Delicious. Waterfly said, "I wish you all the best of luck." Okay. 111,558 and 93 cents. Fahid, are you going to reply to that Pulse player's undermining of your guess after you undermined his guess? Fahid said, that Pulse player is 70 cent BTC at close. Damn, imagine that. No, he was adding 70 cents to his guess. Fahid, your guess is 111,420.69. His initial one was 111,420. And then since you went 69 cents over him, he went 1 penny over you. I'm just saying. Jay Shear submitting for Waterfly. Do not accept such things. Degenerate. Coming in with 111,497. 111,497. That was a really creepy face. I didn't mean for my face to look that creepy. I was not aware that I could look that creepy. That was alarming. I'm kind of scared of my own face now. Bitcoin, 111,551.99 cents. Ladies and gentlemen, you got 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining on the clock to get your guesses in. That pulse player said, starting to think Tyler is a market maker and can push price to his guests. LMAO, JK. It is kind of crazy how often Tyler has won. He's got 35 wins under his belt, only seconded by Fahid with 21 wins. I will say, though, again, and I've said this before, per capita, like per participation, Fahid definitely takes the cake. Fahid's win ratio is probably like 75%, whereas Tyler's got to be like 20. You know what I mean? Bitcoin, 111,564 and no change. We got 38 seconds remaining on the clock for you guys to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Fahid, are you making a change to your guess or no? Ooh, John coming in. 111,511 cents. 18 seconds remaining on the clock. Cheers, guys. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for participating. Let's get these bad boys up on the board. We've got Tyler. Whoops. Did I just put that there? What just happened? We got Tyler. How many times do I have to click it? 111669. We've got Select Scopes with 111,520. I'm really struggling to type today, man. What is going on? We've got 111,511 cents from John. We've got Degenerate with 111,497. We've got 111,469 from J Shear 2.0. We've got that Pulse Player with 111,420.70. And last but not least, we've got Fahid with 111,420.69. All right. I would like the record to show that I did try to get Fahid to notice that he cut off that Pulse Player and that that Pulse Player subsequently cut him off. I don't think that he was paying attention. Just saying. Ladies and gentlemen, currently, John M. is in the lead. Oh, I spoke too soon. Whoa. John M. is now 10 cents behind, leaving Degenerate in the lead. That is alarming and scary. I don't like it when it gets that close to people's guess. Big fat red candle. Oh, John M. is now in the lead once again. 111,503 and 84 cents. Is John going to be our first winner of the $100 prize? Tom Selleck Scout now in the lead. Oh, big push up. 111,527 and 46 cents on Bitcoin. Tom Selleck Scout now in the lead. We got 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining on the clock. Wow, look at that. Look at that volume candle. That's crazy. Holy cow. Oh, it's pushing up even harder. What is going on right now? Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Selleck Scout still in the lead. Bitcoin getting a little spiced up right here. 111,540 and 1 penny. Very cool. Very nice. What's it going to be? Are we going to have a very decent sized win? Or is it all going to get flushed away and have somebody on the lower half of the chart win? John M. now in the lead again. They are flushing out the 100x and 50x leverage longs and shorts over and over again. Bitcoin 111,504 and 60 cents. There is 103 seconds remaining on the clock. Bitcoin currently trading at 111,504 and 61 cents. What's it going to be? Pretty bearish to see this big wick right here, but it's on the 1 minute time frame, so bearish on the 1 minute time frame can be bullish in like 5 minutes. Let's see. Bitcoin 111,505 and 98 cents. John M still in the lead. I got to figure out where he's ranking. I know he's got one win for sure. We've got $60 seconds remaining on the clock. John M still in the lead. Bitcoin 111,505 and 97 cents. 53 seconds left. Look at that. That big green candle was kind of crazy. It's funny, like this dramatic drop happened. I don't know if they did that to like trigger a bunch of people to get emotional and go short, and then they immediately spiked it up this hard that fast. That's pretty crazy. 34 seconds remaining. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. John M, the previous champion, definitely won the most in 2024. 2025 is the year now. We got 18 seconds remaining on the clock. 111,505 and 97 cents. John's guess 111,511 cents. 10 seconds left. No change to the Bitcoin price. 5, 5, 4, 3. Oh, 1. Oh, Tom Selleck's GOAT is the winner. Whoa, was not expecting that. Holy cow. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat. Bitcoin daily close 111,546 and 39 cents. 111,546.39. 111,546.39. Congratulations, Tom Selleck's GOAT, once again on your victory. Tom Selleck's GOAT gunning for Fahid's second place and for Tyler's first place. Can he win it? Yes, he can. Ladies and gentlemen, another one for the books. Congratulations, Tom Selleck's GOAT, on your victory. With a guess of 111,520 even. Very cool. Congratulations, my friend. That was crazy. That really was a buzzer beater. Gigantic, monstrous wick to the upside. Tom Selleck's GOAT moving the market, at least on Binance, specifically with Tether. Congratulations, my friend. What a crazy close that was. It's been a long time since we've had one that close. I tell you. Whew. Let me transition, go to the 4-hour time frame. Zoom out a little bit here. Tom Selleck's GOAT, our magnificent third place holder at the moment as we speak. Gosh, I feel like there's no room on my damn chart. Everything's squashed. Congratulations, my friend. I gotta add one more exclamation point. It's gonna bug me. I have OCD. Don't judge. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me press Tom Selleck's GOAT's button. Yay! Very cool. Congratulations, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat. Very cool. Congratulations, Tom Selleck's GOAT. Crazy, crazy win. Was not expecting that monstrous candle like 2 or 3 seconds before the close. Wow. What a crazy close. All right, ladies and gentlemen, add Tom Selleck's GOAT to the winner's Google Doc. This is Tom's second win in a row. Does he currently... Somebody holds the record. There's 2 people with more than, I think with 4 wins in a row. And that is the current record. I can't confirm exactly who they are, but I do vividly remember 2 individuals with a ton of wins like that. So, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's see. Uno momento. Por favor. Okay. Do 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 do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? That possibly said, JJ, did you talk about the rate cut stuff yet? Not in detail, no. We got the news segment coming up after this, but as of right now, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 111,520 even and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 111,546 and 39 cents on September 9th, 2025, Mr. Tom Selleck's Goat's prize is a beautiful, delicious hot dog with ketchup, mustard, light onions, and generous relish. Congratulations, Tom Selleck's Goat, once again on your victory. Feel free to share this with your friends and family. Take a picture of it, post it on Instagram. Give it to a sexy lady who you're hoping to bed with. Whatever you do, you are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy. All right. Alexa said, I'm going to eat my trifle. Later, guys. Drop a like before you forget. Yeah, guys, smash the like button or Flex is going to come break your front door in. And he's not going to do anything else. He's just going to break the front door in. That way you got to call somebody to fix the front door and be like, oh, I don't know what. Somebody just broke the front door in and ran away. And then the locksmith door guy is going to be like, what a pussy. Talking about you because you didn't smash the like button. You can't be helped, man. I don't know what to tell you. John said, Flexa ain't got the nuts to break down my door. Why do you need nuts to break down a door? I don't think John's ever broken down a door before. He thinks you need nuts for it. You use your leg, John. Use your leg. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got some news articles to go through. Bitcoin getting a little spiced up here. I'm kind of excited, especially after that 1 minute candle. That's a spicy 1 minute candle. Fahid said, I love ketchup on hot dog and relish and sometimes mustard and onions and mushrooms. Mushrooms? I've never heard of mushrooms. That's actually kind of sick. In a positive way, not a bad way. I have to try that. My favorite still is the homemade bun. I don't know what kind of bun it is. It's a homemade bun. And it's fair food. It's from the fair. And it's a Polish sausage with fried onions and nacho cheese. And peppers, like bell peppers. Oh my gosh, dude, it is so good. I took a picture of it for the daily close. I might actually have that saved somewhere. I don't remember. I brought it home from the fair and I took a picture for the daily close that day and it was freaking amazing. All right, we got some news articles, guys. Flexa said peace, take it easy, Flexa. Jay Shear 2.0 said that's a nice glizzy, not gonna lie, it is the glizzy. That's Papa Glizzy. Alexa said, LMAO, I need nuts for my car wheels. John's puny. All right. Gold reaches a new all-time high of $36.50. Very cool. NASDAQ to invest $50 million into Gemini crypto exchange. That one actually surprised me. I thought that one was kind of funny. Vietnam approves 5-year trial program for crypto trading platforms. CBOE to launch continuous Bitcoin and Ethereum futures trading. U.S. payrolls revised down by 911,000 jobs, the largest cut in history. There's something subliminal about this. Coming out on September 9th with 911,000 job cuts. 9/11. I mean, you're not going to tell me that's not poetic. That's weird. I'm just saying. U.S. Director of Digital Assets Patrick Witt says creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve is a top priority. BlackRock's CIO says the Federal Reserve should cut interest rates by 50 basis points next week. Hell yeah. John Gregory said, why is it every time my crypto investments get to a certain level, they drop? Like there's a level they won't let it pass? The individual coins or like your overall portfolio? If it's your overall portfolio, then I'm not sure. But specific coins, it's definitely just support and resistance lines. Happy Tuesday, guys. Watcher Guru posted Eric Trump removed from the board of War Liberty Treasury Company, Alt 5 Sigma, due to NASDAQ rules, Forbes reports. This one was really funny. There's like a whole timeline with this. We got Apple unveiling iPhone Air, the thinnest iPhone ever. And then the cost of an iPhone in Bitcoin. In 2015, it cost 2.67 Bitcoin. In 2025, it cost 0.01 Bitcoin. That's pretty crazy. John Gregory said overall, yeah, it's just support and resistance, unfortunately. A lot of it probably can be boiled down to the total crypto market cap. And it's just the overall market sentiment. There are certain coins, obviously, that are doing better than others, but we're very much near all-time highs on the ones that have pumped up. And those ones are going to struggle around the levels that they need to break. Like ETH hit a new all-time high and then immediately retraced. That's kind of unfortunately how the market works. And even if it's not a new all-time high, if you break the current trend that you're on, if you want a downtrend or an uptrend, and you break that trend and you get some spiced up numbers, it's going to do a downtrend after that. Spiced up numbers, downtrend. Spiced up numbers, downtrend. It works every single time. That's unfortunately how the market works. And it also goes back into the timeline aspect of it. The pump never lasts anywhere near as long as the dump. You feel like it's been forever because this slow grind down is just murdering you. And then you get this and you're excited for a day. You're like, oh my gosh. You take a picture of your cool portfolio. You're like, wow, let me take a picture of that. And then it goes boop. And then it slow bleeds again. And then eventually it pops up. And then you have this short amount of time of uptrend and this gigantic amount of time of slow bleed downtrend. So it's all time based. And it always feels like it doesn't last long because it doesn't. Which is why, unfortunately, we're stuck dollar cost averaging. And when the market does this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and it keeps doing that, and then over the course of like 5, 6, 7, 8 years, you end up with a ton of profits, and it looks like this if you zoom out, but in reality you had to live through all this nonsense, and it's the most boring thing in the world, which is where the dollar cost average comes into play. But short term, it sucks. Until we hit a proper bull market where there's blow off tops and euphoria and everyone and their brother is longing the top and somehow still making a profit, until we hit that point, it's just going to feel like it's taking forever. That's just how the market's working right now. That's how it works leading into the bull market. I presume if we're still leading into a bull market, in which I think we are. That plus player said, it's the market makers waiting till cuts. Said this dozens of times. This suppression is ridiculous. Top Seller Scout said, wow, what a drawing. You should be an artist. I think I am. I kind of am. Technically, you guys watch me do TA, which is drawings, regardless of whether or not it's geometrical or just nonsense freehand. Technically, I'm still an artist. Next we got President Trump announces the U.S. and India are continuing trade negotiations. I don't know how long it takes. How long have they've been talking for like 4 months? Can we get a move on, guys? I thought they started negotiating in freaking April. What's the deal? If they want my midterm vote, they better get a move on. Oracle, NASDAQ listed Oracle up 26% after hours to 304.35. Crazy pump. Stablecoin mints 30 minutes ago. This was 3 hours ago. Circle issued another 250 million USDC on Solana. And 3 hours ago, 39 minutes ago, Circle issued another 100 million USDC on Algorand. Breaking, President Trump says the Federal Reserve is broken and needs to be fixed. No surprise there. Today, BLS revision came in nearly $230,000 jobs worse than expected. This 12-month revision of minus 911,000 jobs is more than the entire population of San Francisco. Interest rate cuts are coming next. Real-time analysis as it develops, blah, blah, blah. 2-year yields fall on rate cut expectations. Basically, number go down, hopefully leading to number go up. That Pulse player said, I think I counted like 14 separate times every time ETH was going to blast off some macro some expiry, some whales, some traditional, some macro war. Easy to sell Bitcoin is a momentum asset, in my opinion. What if I said Algo coin still alive? I guess so. I hope he's doing well. I say that in the most neutral way possible. There it is. The U.S. labor market just revised minus 911,000 jobs out of 12 months of already reported data, the largest revision in history. This is officially above 2009 levels, with job data oversaturated or overstated by 76,000 per month. What's next? Let us explain. You can read the thread if you want. My biggest issue with this is, why would we ever trust any data to come out of any federal office or government anywhere if it's all wrong and they revise it over the course of a year? 12 months of incorrect information we've been basing everything off of, and it has been completely wrong. What is up with that? What if I said, don't be gay, you hated Ergo Ape, it's okay, he was an asshole? Yeah, he was an asshole. I'm not being gay. I'm just not gonna talk shit about somebody that I don't really give a shit about. He was an asshole to the extent where I don't feel the need to talk shit about him, because he talked shit for himself. John Gregory said, I trust nothing anymore. I mean, obviously, we don't really trust these numbers anyways. It's all fabricated. The problem is, they're at the point now where they can't even fabricate them to our face. They literally just revise them later and hope that we don't notice. I don't know who made this decision, who fudged this bad, but it's not looking good, man. But Van said, can we look at JYAI? It's in a good mood today. Yes, we will look at it momentarily. Adam Kobiasi posted a data confidence crisis based on preliminary revisions. Over 40% of the jobs report as added in 2024 were not actually added. This now marks the largest revision in U.S. history, above the 902,000 seen in 2009. In June 2025 alone, the U.S. went from adding 147,000 jobs to losing 13,000 jobs net of revisions. The Fed is running the world's largest economy using lagging data and revisions that are larger in magnitude than the initially reported data. All we can do is position ourselves accordingly. This is actually crazy. Like, who gets held accountable for this? We paid an employee, a federal employee, a government employee. We paid probably hundreds of government employees to accurately measure and report this data, and they did it wrong. If I fuck my job up for like a month, I'm fired. If I do it for a year, I'm probably going to prison for like some form of fraud or manipulation or embezzling or something. I don't know why we have to pay for someone to be this incompetent. Where is the authority? Where is, I don't know, the supervision? It's ridiculous. Where's the competency? I'm irritated. Rate cuts are coming. Today's BLS jobs revision nearly 230,000 larger than expected, and it's also minus 93,000 larger than the preliminary revision in 2024. Combined preliminary revisions for 2024 and 2025 now exceed 1.7 million jobs. The Fed has no choice but to cut rates. Massive U.S. payrolls benchmark revision in past few years. Number go down. Fed cut rate. Hopefully our bags pump. Shocking stat of the day. For the first time since 2020 lockdowns, there are now more unemployed people than job openings in the U.S. In July, the U.S. had 7.18 million job openings for 7.24 million unemployed workers. The labor market needs rate cuts. Breaking, the U.S. Supreme Court has agreed to hear an appeal from President Trump after a U.S. appeals court ruled that most of his global tariffs were illegal. Trump tells EU to hit China and India with 100% tariffs to pressure Putin. U.S. President makes extraordinary demand to bid to force Russia to end invasion of Ukraine. The U.S. is also reportedly prepared to mirror any tariffs imposed by the EU on China and India. It appears that President Trump is now trying to use tariff pressure to end the war in Ukraine. U.S. tariff revenue surged to a record $30 billion in August, the sixth consecutive monthly increase. Tariff revenues averaged $7 billion a month before new tariffs began in April, meaning $23 billion last month came from new tariffs alone. At this pace, annual tariff revenue could exceed $300 billion at plus 400% jump from 2024. If applied to the deficit, tariff revenue could lower the annual budget deficit by $300 billion. Tariff revenue is soaring. Hell yeah. New White House crypto advisor Patrick Witt calls for swift stablecoin law rollout, market structure bill, and U.S. crypto reserve. Fidelity predicts that one Bitcoin will be worth $1 billion by 2038. Bitcoin getting a little downturn here. Congratulations, Tom Selleck Scope, once again on your victory. Dominance getting a little pumpy, 58.18. Let's go take a look at JYAI for Flight Van really quick. All right. Up 17.5% of the day. Hell yeah. See, this is exactly what you want to see. This decoupling of the previous price action, the fractal here kind of shows you everything that you need to see. Now, the fractal is also stretched out, so that could be that move right there. You don't want that to happen. You want this to continue up or even just sideways. You don't want it to lose that blue line. That blue line is your Hail Mary right now. The fact that you're up right now is a big deal. If you continued up or even just continued sideways, like I said, you'd be in a good spot. It's at 1738 right now. Looks good. Looks good. Gosh, what are these messy lines? You guys let me leave all these messy, janky lines over here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with it. And it's just that easy, man. That's all it takes. 25% pump from just 3 days ago. This thing was oversold near 0 or near 30 on the RSI, and it's overbought again. Just overnight. Just like that. Sweet. All right. Next news article. Bitcoin wallets holding 100 to 1,000 Bitcoin just hit record highs. Whales keep stacking. Very cool. That's a great statistic, actually. U.S. inflation index, according to Trueflation specifically, has now dropped to 1.99%. 2 to 3 rate cuts are coming in 2025. Altcoins will explode. This is according to Ash Crypto. I'd be surprised to see more than one, but I'm not gonna. I don't know. I feel like 2 or 3 would be sick, but they'd have to do it right in order to not collapse the market. Crypto Goose posting altcoins are going to explode. We got a nice little flag. Bullish symmetrical triangle, my bad. Bullish symmetrical triangle. And we're about to break out, hopefully. We might pull back, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if we pull back, but be prepared. And then, last but not least, going over the important data for the week. We got through Tuesday, which is 12-month BLS data revision. Tomorrow, we got August PPI inflation data. Thursday, OPEC monthly report and August CPI inflation data. And then Friday, MI consumer sentiment data and MI inflation expectations data. So keep an eye on the markets for that. We'll keep updating every single day. Dominance dropping again, potentially. Cheers, guys. Happy Tuesday. SNEK is up since the close. Ondo's up since the close. Get a nice break. Let's go above 95.35. That's what we want to see. Very nice. Anything else? Everything else kind of quiet. I like to see that, though. Ondo breaking above 95.35 is a big deal to me. Congratulations, Tom Selleck Scope, once again on your victory. Enjoy your hot dog. We went through that. Okay, let's go refresh our liquidation heat map since we got our daily close. Symbol, 12-hour. Zoom in a little bit. All right, yeah, we got a pretty spicy liquidation right there. 112.001. Yep, and below. Actually, yeah, I can get rid of that. That got hit. Did they hit that? No, they did not. They just removed it. Okay, good for them. Smart. So we got 112.001, and down below we got 110.585. Yep, that looks right. Yep. All right, portfolio updates, guys. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is only down $50, looking good. I believe Sol and ADA are still leading the pack. Sol is up $29, ADA is up $11. Oh, Render has joined. Render's up $2. The rest are down. We got Doge. Doge actually worked its way up the pile pretty well. Doge, Ondo, Near, Proppy, Fetch, Shib, and Aptos. Next, we got our Memecoin portfolio, which is now outpacing the 1K to 10K Grok portfolio. Memecoin portfolio only down $35. With Pepe and Doge leading the pack. Whiff is up $60, Pepe's up $15, and Doge is up $2. SNEK and GigaChat are down. SNEK is down $14, and GigaChat is down $101. I did buy some GigaChat the other day. I think I'm still pretty much break even, maybe up like 5-10%, but nothing crazy. The fact that it's down 50% since we added it to this portfolio like 6 months ago told me all I needed to know. Just have fun, said yo, what's going on? Just have fun. The narrative portfolio, my favorite, and what was once the most bullish performer, now I believe outweighed by the perfect entry portfolio, is still in profit, $73.96. Its portfolio is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one real-world asset coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, and one gaming coin, and it is absolutely killing it. Currently, there's only one asset that is negative, and we got VeChain, which is down $12. Fetch is up 8. Mana's up 14, Tao's up 15, and Pepe is up 46. And then last but not least, the best performer so far, up $176. The perfect entry portfolio. Every single asset in this portfolio was voted on by you, the community. You guys picked 4, and then you voted on 1 out of those 4, and that happened 9 times so far. We got 1 more to add to cap this portfolio at 10 assets, and you guys so far have killed it. Crow being the underdog outlier that I was not expecting to perform that well, currently up 65%. Chainlink is up 52%. These are since we added them to the portfolio, which was not that long ago. This is the last portfolio that we've made on the channel. So this goes to show you that you don't necessarily need to be in the market for 4 or 5 years to make life-changing money. Sol is up 20%, Swee's up 12%, ETH is up 11%, the Graph is up 8%, Ondo's up 7%, Pith is up 5%, and Render is down 8%. Render's the only one that is negative, and it is strictly based on when we added it to the portfolio. But everything else killing it. This portfolio absolutely shredding compared to the other 3, and looks really good. Looks really good right now. Bitcoin still chilling. Dominance trying to make up its mind if it wants to pump or dump. Ondo's up 1.25% now. Look at it go. Something must be going on with RWAs. The people have spoken. Ondo's getting a little pumpy. I like that 95.35 break is a big deal for Ondo. It's about damn time. I want to look at total 3. 1.07. We're still holding above 1.07, but it's getting spicy here. That's going to be an important level for us to hold. If we break below that, then it could spell trouble for alts specifically. Total 2, we're at 1.59. There's a fractal here. What does the fractal say? The fractal called for more downside, which we did not get, which I'm kind of okay with. This is where we start to go up, though. And then lingering around the all-time high makes sense instead of just blasting right through it. Tom Select Code said Tom Lee went in on WLDN. What is that? Wilden? WLDN? WLD, and it took off. Really? Oh, F me? Really? Whoa. Holy cow. I mean, this is up 100%. Yeah. Woo. Crazy, man. Crazy. That's all it takes. Can you buy some ADA? Look at that volume. Whew. It's incredibly overbought as well. But that doesn't mean much. We've seen that not mean much for forever. The momentum wave is overbought as well. It really doesn't take much, man. It just takes the right guy to come in and buy some, and then everyone's like, oh, I forgot about this coin. And then I'll go load up. Whew. Yeah, see, TA can't tell you when something like that's going to happen. What's crazy is it's been higher. Ray needs top. Let's go take a look at Ray. Ray needs Tom. Everybody needs Tom. That's funny. My stepdad's name is Tom. All right, Ray. Oh, it's up 7.5%. Looks good. You're doing a good job. Look at that. That's an inverse head and shoulders as well. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Necklines, nice and clean neckline. You might have something here. Not financial advice, of course. And again, it could invalidate just as harsh as it would break out. If it did break out and we were measuring and I was being frugal about it, my measured move, not financial advice, would be around, I'm going to call it 9.5. As of right now, though, you're chilling, kind of rejecting your midpoint right here. So a break above that would be good. Sitting at 8. It's a nice psychological number. Yeah, I like it. I like where it's at. Let's go check the watch list. It's been a minute. Got anything fun? Wow. The biggest gainer in the last 24 hours is up 8%. Wow. Ray's right up there, though. Ray's up 7.75. Let's go. Bongo Cat? What? Dang. I'm really mad about Butthole Coin. I don't even remember how much I own. ETH on Sol was pretty funny. That was a good one. Yeah, this stinks. Oh no, DBI is down 33%. What the heck, bro? I like DBI. Banker Coin, Tism. Tism was another one. 16K. Dang it. Dude, all of my sweet coins completely rugged. I think I got mad and removed Splo from the watch list because it was sitting at 0. I guess I should go look at it. Is it not on here anymore? What? Was it a proper scam? What happened, bro? Dang. I gotta figure out even how to access my Sui wallet. This is now the Tom Lee coin. Tom Lee's world. That's funny. Funny stuff, man. The world is a funny place. Alright, Bitcoin dominance. Still trying to make out its mind. Congratulations, Tom Solix, once again on your victory. I suppose I should call it. And again, doing this at the hopes that I'll have some downtime before, oh my gosh, the market's up 10%. Bitcoin's up 10% in the last 5 minutes. I gotta get on and do an emergency stream. So fingers crossed that happens. I'm waiting for the day, man. Whether that's today or December 4th. Who knows, man. But as always, I appreciate you guys for watching. Look at Ondo's up 2.29%. Oh my gosh, what is going on with Ondo? Tom Lee buy some Ondo too? The heck? Anyways, as always, guys, I appreciate you guys for watching. Smash the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. If Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Tuesday, and good night.